Hey guys, guess what? We got a car! I'm so excited!
It's not our car.
It's not?
No.
Oh.
This is our car. This old ass car is our new baby.
It's actually not old. It's vintage.
Yes.
Vintage.
So all jokes aside, we bought a used car, but it's new to us.
Yes.
And it's actually the second car we looked at, but it was perfect for us.
And it took us only 3 days to find this perfect car. And our decision-making process was incredibly fast. And I would say we're super happy with our choice. Are you happy?
Yes, I'm very happy.
Me too. So let me show you the car. We are test driving this car. It looks pretty nice. I actually really like it. Let me show you the inside. Hey, Levi, do you like this car?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. We're ready to test drive the car. Nice and clean. As you see, the car is really nicely kept, super clean. There's no smell on here at all, and pretty spacious. Did you see there's some old scuff marks here I can clean up, and something over here, but that's pretty much it. Pretty good shape and not bad. Now, let me show you our new whip. This thing of beauty is a 2013 Holden Cruise. And interestingly enough, after buying it, we discovered the Cruise was discontinued in 2016, making our new car a genuine vintage piece. With about 150,000 kilometers on it, it doesn't come with Apple CarPlay, leather seats, or even a built-in navigation system. But it does have this amazing CD player inside.
So according to this car, today is Sunday, 17th of June, 2012. Look at that. Blast from the past.
And look how clean and new it looks, considering this car is 10 years old.
Did you show them the bump?
Small, minor bump. Not a big deal. What do you think of the car? Do you love it? Let me know in the comments. And if you're not impressed with my new whip, let me tell you the best part. We snagged this gem for an unbelievably low price of $9,000. That's 9,000 Australian dollars, which makes it $6,000 USD. $6,000. And the best part is I didn't even have to negotiate the price. So total bargain.
One of the biggest factors we considered when buying a car was how will it affect our finances. We know that a car is more of a liability, so it'll lose value over time.
Yep.
And it doesn't make sense for us to invest in something that will lose value in a few years. So that's why we went for a cheap, affordable,
Very cheap.
pre-owned car to avoid taking on any debt.
Yes. So the entire car buying process was extremely easy because Dimitri and I walked into this with a set of criteria. As long as the car met all the criteria, we would buy it. That simple.
So here's a quick breakdown of our criteria. We set a budget of 10,000 Australian dollars, which is about 7,000 US. And we were looking for a fuel-efficient sedan with room for 2 car seats, as they're generally more economical than an SUV. Definitely don't need an SUV. So we're looking for efficiency, fuel economy, and practicality. So we want to save on gas. The car has to be smoke-free and pet-free because Levi has allergies and we don't want to take any risks with that. And obviously we preferred low mileage and clean, no accidents, clean history, no accidents. And most importantly, it needed to have functional, good AC and heating system for Sam because you know how she is. So cleanliness and safety were also our top priorities. This car was very well looked after. It's very clean, even though it's 10 years old. As you can see, our requirements were fairly basic. Since we only plan to live in Australia for 1 to 2 years, we don't want to splurge on the car and actually scratch that. Even if we were to live in Australia for 10 years, we still probably wouldn't splurge on a car. We would go for an older, budget-friendly car.
So we decided to pay for this car with a credit card, charging a full $6,000 onto a Chase Sapphire credit card. And we did this on purpose because we wanted to collect credit card points. Now, we could have paid for the car in cash, but the credit card points would earn us a free business class upgrade or even a free flight the next time we travel. And you know we travel a ton. And yes, we'll pay the full credit card balance during the next billing cycle, so we won't have to pay any interest on that $6,000. Now, let me explain why we chose a used car. Ultimately, it came down to money. I didn't want to burden future Sam with car payments for the next 3 to 5 years. By purchasing a car in cash upfront, I will avoid accumulating any more debt. Not that I have any debt right now. But Grant Cardone once said that if you can't afford to buy a car 3 times, you shouldn't buy it even once. And when I heard this, it really resonated with me. Because with a $6,000 car, I can afford to get into an accident the very next day. I think about this all the time because I'm a horrible driver. And even with that accident, I can still afford to buy another $6,000 car. And if I were to crash that second car a few days later, I can still afford to buy a third $6,000 car, all without resorting to loans or a credit. And the true beauty of this approach is I can afford to buy this car 10 times over and over and over again without ever having to go into debt. And that's the kind of financial freedom that I value. And to be honest, I just don't value nice, fancy cars. What I do value is the freedom to live in 3 different countries all within 2 years. I love the idea of not having to work a traditional 9-to-5 job to maintain an extravagant lifestyle. You see, most people, they believe that if you earn a 6-figure salary, this means you can afford all the luxuries in life, a nice fancy home, a BMW, private school tuition for your kids, and you can afford to shop at Whole Foods. That was me, guys, guilty. That was me. I was most people. I lived that life. And I realized I could only afford that lifestyle if I continued to work my 9-to-5 job day in and day out, constantly trading my time for money. And with a 9-to-5 job, I didn't have the freedom to take PTO whenever I wanted, or the flexibility to move abroad with my kids when I had my quarter life crisis. So for me, I chose to drive a modest car so I can enjoy the freedom to live life on my own terms. Okay, so let me tell you a story about young and dumb Sam at 26 years old. Fresh out of PA school, my car was rear-ended a few days after graduation, and I was forced to get a new car. And the car buying process was completely new to me, and I went through this process alone. I didn't have my family there to give me guidance, so I just bought a car that I thought I could afford. So I bought a brand new black 2012 Jetta, all decked out with leather seats, because that was a car that my friend had and it was my dream car at the time. And it was only $25,000, which I thought was super affordable. And I thought that I can easily afford this car because I just secured a job offer that promised a $90,000 salary. And I was getting a $10,000 check from the insurance company for my totaled car, which means I only had to finance $15,000 over the next 5 years, which to me didn't seem like a big deal at the time. But that's where I made a huge, colossal mistake, because I failed to account for the fact that $150,000 of student loan debt hanging over me. And young and dumb me thought it was such a good idea to further burden myself with an additional $15,000 of more debt. And it was, I would say, by far, hands down, the most regrettable decision I've ever made in my entire life. Because that one tiny decision, that reckless decision, kept me poor for a really long time, kept me in debt for much longer than I shouldn't have been. But you know what? It is what it is. I held onto the Jetta for all these years as a constant, shiny reminder to not be reckless with my spending anymore. And I promised that I would never buy a brand new fancy car unless I can afford it 3 times all over again. And funny thing is, last year when I moved to Thailand, I handed the keys to my dear Jetta to my 16-year-old nephew. He just got his license, and a year later he totaled my car. That's right. As of 2 weeks ago, my Jetta is gone. So rest in peace, my dear Jetta. That car will forever serve as a very valuable life lesson to me. But that's okay. That's life. We make mistakes, but it's important not to make them twice. So this time I'm buying a much cheaper and a more modest car so I can focus my money on things that actually matter to me. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you found any value in our discussion about financial freedom and the benefits of owning a used car, please give this video a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button below. Also, don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss any updates on how we live our rich life. And I want to know if you have any experience or thoughts of owning a used car and living life on your terms. If you do, I would love to hear from you. Please drop a comment below and join the conversation. And don't forget to share this video with your friends and family who might benefit from these insights. Until next time, stay focused on your financial goals and remember that true freedom comes from making conscious decisions that aligns with your value. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.